what is the new phase of globalization? In order to capture the opportunity of becoming a major player in this race for globalization, it is very important to understand what is the nature of this globalization, how the world environment is unfolding today in the umbrella of this modern globalization. That ecosystem has to be understood. So first of all, very important thing is, which is very obvious actually, is that the modern globalization is highly technology driven. So there is no question. We cannot really dilute our activities in terms of technology. It is next to impossible today. There is no going back. So the fact remains that the modern globalization is highly technological driven. And at present, in today's world, international trade in services is very, very important. So, to the extent that the progress or the status of a country depends on that out of its total GDP, what is the share of the services which brings the gross domestic product. If it is in majority, if it is more than, for example, 60%, so many researchers say that anything above 60% coming from services means a country is becoming advanced. So it means there is a lot of importance given to the income generated through services. Globalization of increasing levels of trade is already happening. It means the increasing levels of trade, capital, and ideas are being flowing worldwide in a manner that has never been expected. The humans never expected that globalization of the increasing levels of trade, capital, and ideas flow will be taking place to such a unprecedented levels. So this is the new phase of globalization where there is a very high levels of trade, capital, and ideas are flowing worldwide. And of course, there is no denying the fact that information technology is the lifeblood of the world economy. It is the bloodline of the world economy. Without information technology, the world economy cannot progress. So this is the core. Information technology, digital platforms, global e-business, these have become the core, and the traditional methods, traditional channels have become the periphery. This is a fact. So today we see in the new phase of globalization 3 times as many connected devices as people, right? So the world is connected by devices, and their number is so large when we compare with the number of people on this planet that it is mind-boggling. And the cross-border flow of digital information has seen five-fold rise since 1990. So in last few decades, you can see that there is a five-fold rise in the flow of digital information across the world. So as I told you that geographical borders are becoming blurred now. Due to this flow of digital information, there is a evolution of a virtual world within which the boundaries are the social media and digital platform and the communities within them. So they have become the new boundaries of the world today. So geographical boundaries are losing its importance. So this is what is happening. Okay, so if we look at the India's status in this new phase of globalization, India tends to benefit in the new phase of globalization, but faces challenges as a latecomer to the new technology paradigm. As I mentioned to you, that India could not embrace the modern methods of manufacturing. India could not create in time the physical infrastructure which is required to benefit from the new phase of globalization. India could not create the human resources of the type which can really benefit from this globalization. And of course, the education and research and development has still not taken such an importance which is required in today's world. So, what was happening, as I told you, that what was happening with India in the Middle Ages, at the end of the Middle Age, when the India was probably as strong, or in fact most strong than many of the European powers, and we did not agree on the fact that we really we really don't know many things. So even after the India got independence in 1947, it took almost 44 years India to agree to this fact that we need to know many things. So India has to really explore. India has to really be adventurous. India need to embrace new technology. India need to embrace modern methods of manufacturing. India need to create the world-class infrastructure. So these things are required. And actually, in recent time, India has adopted these methods, and India is trying to catch up with the world. But it has to be done very fast.